What is up, YouTube? That's here, bringing you guys a brand new team of the week. We got a team based around Mega Metagross. We got Clefable, Terrakion, Mega Metagross. I think it's a tongue twister. I'm trying my best to say it. We got Zapdos, Milotic, and Hydreigon leading off today against a Charizard team, the team that we used last week. We're going to be fighting off against Charizard, Landorus, Zapdos, Hydreigon, Aegislash, and Conkeldurr. Now, I don't want to give too many spoilers of how to play my team. You guys will see the shenanigans for yourself as the games go on, but this is a team that is full of standard Pokemon with crazy sets that make them play completely differently. I'm not saying I'm using like an Outrage Bandit Hydreigon. I'm not that out there, but I'm using moves that normally would see more play in singles, and you guys will get to see that as soon as possible. But we are going to start off the games, and I'm not going to give any spoilers. So, Clefable Metagross is the lead that this team likes to go with most of the time, because Metagross's Clear Body lets him pretty much lead into any Intimidator. I don't really like leading into Charizard, but it lets me lead into Intimidators like Landorus and not have my attack stat dropped. So it's pretty good so far. I've avoided one Intimidate, and we're going to see Charizard Y go, and it's going to activate that Drought. So Metagross is totally checked right now. There's an Earthquaker on the board, there's a Charizard on the board, and Metagross has to run for cover behind to protect. So we're going to see him go for the nuke on my Metagross. Obviously, I'm not going to do anything. Also note that I didn't Mega Evolve. If you don't want to do anything, the next turn, if you're planning on switching, don't Mega Evolve because you can choose your Clear Body. But Metagross is going to withdraw. I need to pause it. You guys saw that I used Minimize with my Clefable. This guy used Minimize. It's going to sharply raise my evasion. Now remember, the other move the Clefable gets that most people obviously use is going to be Follow Me. It also gets Moonlight in this Sun team, so that's pretty good. So we're going to be using a evasion boosted, like through Minimize, Follow Me Clefable, and that's what the team is about. That's shenanigan number one. I know a couple people have used that at regionals already. It's not super uncommon, but it is still a threat. So problem number one, evasion boosted Clefable. Alright, let's get back in the game. So we go into Milotic here to eat the Overheat. It's going to be a full wall Milotic. I think that I'm using, I want to say I'm using a defensive oriented one. That's why I didn't take that much damage from the Earthquake. It's going to eat the Overheat, drop me down to half. This actually is a Milotic that is going to be using a leftover set. So we're going to slowly over time recover more and more HP. I'm using the Citrus Berry on a different Pokemon, and I just think that the leftovers aren't terrible, and I didn't want to use like an Assault Vest because I like packing the Protect that we're going to see this turn. So obviously I'm going to take out some of that damage, and I don't want to eat a Solar Beam just yet. I don't want to lose my Milotic. I want to gain a little bit more HP before I start doing stuff, before we start making the plays, right? So now my Clefable has two Minimizes. That's two sharply raised evasion stats. Now my Follow Me's will almost always work. Now, what Follow Me does, it's going to redirect all attacks from my opponent into Clefable that are single target attacks. Moves like Earthquake that we're going to see here. Note that I live just enough through my second leftovers use. That's perfect right there. It's going to redirect moves like Solar Beam into my Clefable. I actually take the hit on one of the attacks, and then I get a one-shot onto that Landorus with an Ice Beam. So, my Clefable is sitting pretty at +4 evasion. My Milotic's gaining more HP with leftovers. I've taken out the Landorus, and this Charizard's sitting at -2 from his Overheat. So I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot. So I'm going to withdraw my Milotic. I think I can definitely use it again later, going back into my Metagross, because I think that he's probably just going to Solar Beam me, and the Solar Beam does come through. Note that I didn't use Follow Me this turn. I decide to go for the pretty cool Moonlight. It's going to restore 60% of my health in the sun, go up to full HP, and then I actually eat a Flash Cannon, which was super surprising because I have +4 evasion. I know you can't always hope for the hacks, but I want to get something straight. I'm not putting all my hope into Clefable, being like, alright, I need these hacks to work, please work. The point of using all these Minimizes and gaining the evasion is to get inside your opponent's head. I mean, I don't always have to use Follow Me. Note that I didn't use it last turn. It sucks when I eat an attack when I'm at +4, but never once am I saying, alright, if I don't dodge here, that's not fair. I'm not going to be that person. And one of the reasons why I'm using this team on Showdown versus using it at events is because there's a timer, and the teams like this don't really work well with timers. I mean, right now I'm ahead. I could probably time him, but let's say Clefable got chunked early and I lost, or I lost Clefable's partner, I would just get timed out every game. So I want to get that little disclaimer out of the way before we continue with the games. Alright, we're seeing Conkeldurr come in right here. And this is going to be where the team really takes off, shows the full combo of the team. We go Mega Metagross, and we psych up my Clefable, gaining all of the stats Clefable has. Kind of sucks I took the minus attack stat, and know that I wouldn't have not taken the minus attack stat if, let's say, I had clear body. That doesn't work that way. But I took all of Clefable's evasion stats onto my onto my Metagross, and then it gets even better, because like, alright, so we had threat number 1, Clefable with minimize and evasion boost, and then Psych Up, threat number 2 on to Metagross. So now we have 2 Pokemon that have all the evasion boosts, and then let's say one of them goes down. We're going to see Aegislash to pop a Wide Guard. We see Terrakion, the 3rd Pokemon in a row. We're packing a ton of Pokemon that just take all the stats from other Pokemon. We have 2 Pokemon that kind of sucks. They have like an Intimidate looking thing on them. But I have 2 Pokemon at +4 evasion. How is my opponent supposed to do anything? He just scoops right there. I mean, this is the funnest way to like... It just automatically rage quits your opponent. Because like, how did I let this happen? It makes almost no sense. Running around with 2 Pokemon with Psych Up. All these, like the Terrakion, Psych Up to Pokemon that Psych Upped another Pokemon. And Psych Up is a great ability, or a great move. You can use it on your opponent's Pokemon. I saw a person get like 3 Dragon Dances off, and I was just like, Psych Up, give me that. And it's, once you get Psych Up on like a Terrakion, it's so destructive. I love using Terrakion. Psych Up, you guys saw it in the Charizard team, is one of the best things, because people just don't know how to deal with like a Terrakion with stats other than regular Terrakion stats. Same thing with Mega Metagross. I think I said that wrong. I think I said Mega Metagross. Anyways, guys, that is game 1, and this is just a little brief tutorial on how to play the team, and it's really fun. So we're going to go into game 2, and this game is a bit longer, but we're going to be leading off against Pokefan Midiko, and he's going to be using a Altaria, Gallade, what is that? Excadrill, Milotic, Thundurus, and Venusaur. So a bunch of different Megas on his team, potentially. We're just going to hop right into it, and this game is actually really fun. So we see the Thundurus and, what is it? Thundurus and Excadrill lead, so my Clefable isn't going to have an easy time getting these things off. But now, for this game, we're going to showcase Clefable's item. Now, I know I said earlier I wasn't praying for hacks, but this is always funny when this happens right here. We're going to see I'm going to go Mega first turn. There's no Intimidators on his team, so I can definitely get away with that. Last time there were Intimidators, which is why I didn't. And he goes for the Iron Head. Obviously, it's not going to get the KO. Clefable is super bulky. And then he's going to miss a Flash Cannon. And in chat, he's like, what? That is 100% accuracy. I was like, Bright Powder, bro. Bright Powder. That's right. You can always rely on the Bright Powder for little plays like that. Luckily, he got the flinch, which is completely fair that he flinched me because I Bright Powder procced him. So, my Clefable actually isn't ever at +2 or +4. It's always at +3 or +5. So that's always one thing to know about Clefable whenever I get hit. So Clefable's going to switch out. I don't want to eat a Flash Cannon or a Thunder Wave or anything like that. Going into Zapdos here, and I also switched out my Metagross for Hydreigon. So he goes for the Flash Cannon, pretty standard, and it looks like I got a free switch in on both my Pokemon. We then see Venusaur go for a Protect play. Probably didn't want to eat like a Draco or something. We then see the Hydreigon get paralyzed. Kind of sucks to see Hydreigon get paralyzed. I go for the Life Orb Draco Meteor, which later on, after a couple battles, I think I switched that to a Choice Specs Hydreigon, but just because I want a one-shot Pokemon like Thundurus. And then I pop a Tailwind, but it doesn't really matter because my Hydreigon is paralyzed. I'm going to switch it out. I can't really fight any of these Pokemon at -2. Going back into Clefable here. So I'm definitely, well, now that I'm ahead because I take out the Thundurus, but things are looking okay. I have the Tailwind going up. I took out the Thundurus, and my Zapdos eats a critical hit Sludge Bomb from a Venusaur, activating the Citrus Berry. That's where my Citrus Berry is. That's why my Milotic has the leftovers. We now see Excadrill come back in, and I know that I'm probably going to be faster than Excadrill, so I go for a Heat Wave, doing super effective damage on both of these guys. It's going to let my Clefable also go for, well, we're going to see what happens. Clefable's going to eat a Rock Slide here, and note that I'm not faster than his Excadrill, and I get my first Minimize off. So right now I'm at +3 evasion thanks to my, thanks to the Bright Powder. He's also going to miss a Sludge Bomb with Venusaur, which kind of, no, he doesn't miss it. He hits my Zapdos, my bad. Zapdos goes down to Sludge Bomb. Completely fair right there. So we evened it all up 3-3. It's time for Metagross to come out. Time for this guy to get a taste of the combo here. So we're going to force his Excadrill out because he probably doesn't want to fight a Metagross in the Tailwind. Goes into Gallade this turn. And I have no problems with that Gallade. I use the Psych Up on the Clefable. I gain the evasion stats. And then I pop a Moonlight. So just like that, things are completely in my favor. He's going to miss a Sludge Bomb this turn. And I have 2 Pokemon at +1 evasion. Both almost at full health. My Tailwind peters out, but this guy has no idea what my Metagross' stats are. I'm actually using a full attack, like wall one. So it doesn't really matter how fast I am, that's what the Tailwind's for. It's going to let my Zen Headbutt, boosted by Tough Claws, one-shot that Venusaur, and like I said, I'm just not afraid of this Glade, especially if it's not going to Mega Evolve. My Clefable eats the Psych Up, does about 20%, no big deal. So Excadrill is going to come back out, and now we see the Mega Evolve from the Glade. I'm expecting like a Protect, Earthquake, something like that. So I decided to Protect as well, and Glade also Protect. So it looks like things are going exactly according to plan. And then the Excadrill's Iron Head crits my Clefable. Kind of fair. He's missed a couple attacks. He's probably pretty happy to get rid of that thing. So it's, like I said, it's not the biggest of deals. It's completely fair at this point when a Pokemon that's caused so much hacks goes down. Now, my Hydreigon, sadly, isn't going to be able to do anything. It's going to get paralyzed. I tried to protect that turn, and we see the Iron Head come out from Excadrill, showing that it's probably Scarfed. Note that it's faster than a Mega Glade, so it is going to be Scarfed, and he's stuck using Iron Head here. Hydreigon also is going to go down to a close combat, so it's 1 versus 2, plus 2 evasion Metagross versus the world, and of course I get flinched by the Iron Head. Kinda sucks. We're then going to see the Glade try and bait me into attacking him by using the Protect. Going for a second Iron Head onto my Metagross, can be Iron Heading for days onto this guy, trying to take him out. And of course I took the bait and then headbutted into the obvious Protect, so not the best thing in the world. We're going to see the third Iron Head come out, and I'm just praying. I'm like, come on, I can't throw this game. I was so ahead. He misses a knockoff, going for the super effective damage, and then I hit him with a Zen Headbutt, but I actually don't pick up the KO because it's neutral damage. Going for the fourth Iron Head now. I'm getting kind of lucky, kind of unlucky on these things. His Glade actually hasn't made contact with my Metagross yet, which is my only shining moment, but I get flinched again. That's the third or fourth flinch that's happened to me this game. Goes for another Iron Head. I don't know why the Glade's missing all the attacks, but the Excadrill hits all of them. The Glade's going to miss again. And it looks like I get flinched again, so this game is becoming crazy in the hacks department. Now, I really expected him to go for this Protect play, because he's like, alright, Excadrill, I can depend on that guy. He's always going to hit. Iron Head is going to hit again, putting me down to 12%, and I decide to take out the Pokemon that's been the bane of my existence this whole game, taking out the Excadrill with its own specific move, Iron Head, right back in its face. And now Glade misses the final knockoff. This guy has had 0% chance for hitting my Metagross, and Iron Head is going to reign supreme, taking out the Glade and giving me the victory in this super long game. So I thought it was kind of funny that Excadrill hit all of its attacks while Glade hit like none of them, but Excadrill got all the flinches, so it made up for that almost every time. So the hacks in this second game were crazy, and this whole team is just a ton of fun to play, and I've had a blast using it throughout the week. So thank you guys for coming and stopping by. If you have any questions on how to play this team, leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, we're going to be using this team all week. You guys can look forward to that, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.